This is one in a series of oral histories sponsored by the Smoky Valley Historical Association. I am Elston Floor, a member of the Department of English, Theater, and Speech at Bethany College, a member of the Board of Directors of the Historical Association and director of its Oral History Project. Today, November 17, 1985, I'm happy to be visiting with Theodore Ted Palmquist, who resides with his wife, Edra, at 705 North Main Street. And I think I have a picture of their original home here. It's not very large, but there were no other homes on that street at that time?
No, they owned most of the...
And this house was built by your
Dad.
father? Okay.
They were contractors.
Mm-hmm. So we appreciate very much Ted's willingness to talk about his ancestors and what he knows about Lindsborg. First, we'd like to have a little information about your ancestors on your mother's side. I understand your maternal grandfather's name was Anders Almquist, correct? And he was born in Hedemora, Dalarna, Sweden, in 1842. And he immigrated to this country in about 1880. Where did he go then when he first came?
I understand it's Andover or church. And they also went to Marion first.
Marion. Oh,
Marion County, that would be.
Mm-hmm. And, but something about how did they travel coming over to this country? That might be interesting.
The cattle boat.
In a cattle boat?
That wasn't a boat. It's supposed to have been first class or whatever it was in those days, but she ended in Halifax.
And they were surprised that they had to travel on a cattle boat, and they landed in Halifax, Nova Scotia. And then you said they went to Marion County.
Yes.
And my records show that your maternal grandmother was Albertina Wilhelmina
Jupstedt.
Jupstedt?
Yeah, that's a handle.
J-U-L-P-S-T-E-D-T.
That's really a handle.
And she was also born in Hedemora, Dalarna, Sweden. Now, they didn't have any sons, or did they? All daughters.
As far as I know.
I see. And there were two daughters.
Well, I think they had a brother that died, but
A brother
in infancy.
in Sweden, of course. And the two daughters then were who?
Frida and Olivia.
Frida Carolina was your mother.
Yes. And Olivia was August Palmquist's wife. I don't know about her second name.
Olivia was August Palmquist's
Correct.
wife, and there was a relationship to Wayne Robinson, who used to live in Lindsborg.
That's correct. You see, we were double cousins. Sisters married brothers.
Sisters, so that's a situation of double cousins.
Double
Okay.
jeopardy, you mean?
Double jeopardy. Yeah, I have enjoyed Ted's humor a lot at coffee tables at the Chuck Wagon and the bakery in Lindsborg. Now, did they, your maternal grandparents, eventually, did they come to Lindsborg? They did come to Lindsborg.
Not my dad's side. They were, the mother did. His mother did.
Mm-hmm. I see. Now, we need to know about your, on your paternal side, your father was John Alfred Palmquist, right?
Right.
And his father was John J. Johnson, I understand. And it was a case of a name change, was it?
Yes. They changed it both of them.
Did they change it in Sweden, or after they
That
came
I
to
couldn't
this
tell you.
country?
I think they were outlaws over there or something, so you didn't have to change it.
And your paternal grandmother was Johanna Daniels' daughter, I understand. And they were connected with Morlunda, Småland, Sweden, right?
You're even nosier than I am. I didn't know that.
You have told me these things, you
Not
see.
all of it. You had anything you feel like.
Well, okay, now, where did, now did your grandfather come to this area?
Sure.
Where did he? Yeah, he was lived in Lindsborg.
That's right.
And
He was head carpenter man that built Old Main.
yes, we're going to get to that. What was his name now? We're going to get that.
Andrew
Palmquist. Andrew
Palmquist. My dad was John. He never changed his name, my grandpa.
I see. Okay. So Andrew
Palmquist.
And that was not a name change? Or he changed it to Palmquist?
No.
Oh, yes.
Well, this was Johnson. They changed it to, I didn't know it, but I found it out now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. And your father and grandfather were both carpenters.
And so was his brother.
And his brother...
August, too.
This was your uncle?
Yeah.
August Palmquist. Or August Palmquist? All right. Now, August had how many children? I note that one of his sons, Herman,
Just passed away.
passed away.
92 years old.
92 years old. And were there any other brothers or sisters in his family?
There's another brother that lives in Saginaw, Michigan. I mean, not Michigan, but Saginaw, Missouri there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And your mother then was Frida Carolina.
That's correct.
But what was her maiden name?
Palmquist.
Both Almquist. This is what confuses me.
Sisters married brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
on the other hand, there's a wart.
Sisters married brothers.
There you got
I
it.
see.
You're getting wise by the minute.
Okay. Well, and then the your immediate family included Oscar Harold, right? Did he die as a young man or young?
He's 57.
In 57. And you have a long name. You have 3 names, don't you? Carl,
Andrew, Theodore, what else you want to
Andrew,
And I used
Theodore,
to look what the initials spell. When I was a kid, they asked me on that.
Cat.
Cat P.
What?
Cat P.
Okay, now your sisters. You had several sisters.
I
Who
had
were they?
2.
2 sisters. A couple. You're correcting me here. I shouldn't use several when I refer to 2. Okay. Who were they?
Mrs. Dora Swenson, she's the mother to Bill Swenson. That's on the board of your Bethany College.
All right, and her husband was Walford Swenson, right?
That's correct.
And the other sister?
She married Carl Eulander.
Mm-hmm.
And they had 2 girls and 2 boys.
Mm-hmm. The other sister's name was Blenda.
Yes, and then they was divorced, and she married a fellow by the name of Napier.
Napier.
She's
And
still living in Lexington, Kentucky.
I see. So both of your sisters are still living.
Yep.
You get to see them sometimes?
Do I ever? At Bethany home, they think I'm living there.
Oh, they are in the.
One of them.
One of them is in the home. All right, now
They're IBM workers, the boys.
we're behind us here. We have some pictures. Both your grandfather and father then were carpenters on the construction of Old Main. Right.
I have a letter here.
Let's have the letter then, if you can find the letter.
Don't get me all excited here.
We'll excuse him for a moment while he gets the letter. This is a letter commending...
My grandfather is head carpenter when they built Old Main.
Mm-hmm.
It's written by J.E. Justice.
Mm-hmm. How about reading it for us?
You read it.
I'll read it? Okay.
I can't see. I just had 2 cataracts.
Oh, okay. I'll be glad to. This has a beautiful letterhead of the college, a very fancy letterhead. Bethany College, Lindsborg, Kansas, October 1st, 1888.
1881, isn't it?
It says 1888 on the letter.
That might be.
To whom it may concern, the bearer, Mr. A. Palmquist, is a gentleman of strict integrity of character. Mr. Palmquist is a skillful carpenter by trade, a most conscientious, industrious, and sober workman. Mr. Palmquist has been employed as head carpenter in the erection of the main building of this institution, requiring a period of 1½ years. Cheerfully commending Mr. Palmquist to anyone in need of his services, we are very, very respectfully, J. E. Justice? Is that who was
That's
it?
right.
Justice.
So
Who was he in connection with
I
the
don't know. It's on the letterhead. That's all I know.
That's all it's on
Yes,
the...
before I was
That's
here.
all is on the
There
letterhead.
was one he had when he was in Florence, Kansas.
Okay. And this is from Corey and Corey. These are actually letters of recommendation,
That's
right?
correct. Because, you see, they hadn't learned the Swedish language enough English at that time.
Oh, that's interesting. Corey and Corey, physicians and surgeons, May 4th, 1886, this is. To whom it may concern, this will certify that the bearer, Mr. A. Palmquist, has been in my employ for several months, and I take pleasure in recommending him to any person wishing to employ a first-rate carpenter, one who will faithfully work for the best interest of his employer. The best work done upon our new residence and office is from the hands of Mr. Palmquist, and will speak for itself as to his capabilities to do what he undertakes. And this letter contains signatures of people connected with Corey and Corey, the physicians and surgeons in Florence, Kansas. So then, that was in 1886, so he must have done work in Florence after he worked in
They worked other places, too.
in Lindsborg.
This was 88, wasn't it, the college?
1886 first, and 1888, yes, that's right, I'm sorry. 1886 first in Florence, and then worked at Bethany College. This picture is also interesting because of the, what did they call these?
Rubber tire.
What?
Rubber tire buggy. It was.
Rubber-tired buggy?
Solid rubber.
The wheels.
No, just in...
Or a rim on it.
Yeah.
But what did they call this? It wasn't a buggy. They didn't call it a buggy, did they?
Rig. They called it anything you wanted.
A one-horse.
One-horse chaise.
One-horse chaise. And then now, did your father also work on Old Main?
Yes.
Okay, and then they also...
That's when my wife and my mother and I met. And they kidded my mother because she was carrying lunch up to him. That she's trying to catch him, I guess.
Oh, your mother was carrying lunch to...
Well, they'd bring lunch up to her grandpa.
Oh, I see.
He's...
Okay, now here's a picture of the finished Ling Auditorium. But Ted has brought along also some pictures of that building under construction.
They're still standing on the roof. My dad was one of them, I think of that.
Oh, yeah, they're too small to show up in the picture, but the picture shows workers on the roof, even on the very top of the roof. Is that picture the same
Same
thing?
deal, but it's different slant of it.
Yeah, it's a different slant. And here is an interesting picture. I don't know. Oh, I see the grundle is on the bottom. Now,
Well, here's I can show you. You remember the old gym?
Yes.
There was where the sunflower was.
The sunflower. No, the old Ling Auditorium?
Yeah. There's a sunflower in there. See, the Messiah was sung in there for years.
Yes. No, I was only in there once when
They wouldn't let you come back, huh?
No. No, my sister was in college somewhere between 36 and 40, and I came down once to visit her, and we went to to a basketball game over there, and I don't remember much about it.
Yeah.
But this is this support work?
That is scaffolds to get up to the work in the ceiling. You see right there's the hub where that sunflower was.
Yeah, the scaffolding that was there. And he has pointed out At the very top, there was a sunflower, you say?
Yes, inside when it was finished and painted.
But was it, it wasn't a skylight,
No,
but was it painted as a sunflower?
yes.
Oh, so that's very
The
interesting.
thing was high. You couldn't shoot and hit the top. Yeah, I mean, with basketball, I don't mean anything else.
Uh-huh. Okay. Now, you have told me, so well, the Messiah was first
In
held
Bethany Church,
was first held in Bethany Church, and then
when they built that.
wasn't it in the chapel of Old Main too?
Yes.
And then it went to the Ling Auditorium when it was built, right?
It's all hearsay to me, but they say that he talked to lumbermen out of the lumber. A fellow by the name of Ling.
Oh,
Swenson. He talked you out of your IP.
Ling was. Why was it called Ling?
After that fellow that donated the lumbers, where I understand it.
Oh, Ling donated the lumber, and therefore it was called the Ling Auditorium. I see. Now, do you remember anything about attending concerts or
Well, I told you, I sat on a knot there for a Bach rendition.
for rendition of Bach in the Ling Auditorium?
Yeah, and I had a chick from,
How old would you have been then?
I should have been old enough to know better. I had a gal from Geneseo, and she went to school there. That's how I got snookered.
Mm-hmm.
It was,
So, probably you didn't much enjoy that music when at first then.
not as much, but it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, I grew up with the Messiah. I never miss
Yes.
the Messiah, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
I go to every Easter Sunday if possible.
Uh-huh.
And my mother sang in it for years and years, and they used to give you a button with a sunflower on it or a number. They'd give you the number of your seat and row.
Mm-hmm.
You still got a bunch of those.
As mementos.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now, I want to ask some questions about, well, we're going to take a tour
Are we?
of the, a video tour of the town as it exists now, and then having you point out what some of the businesses were in the earliest days that you can remember. But first I want to...
They've changed so many times, some of them.
Yeah, I know. Well, they change even today.
Sure.
Yeah. But first I want to ask you, you had a connection with the city bakery as a boy.
Oh, yes.
What did you used to do for the bakery?
Wrap bread.
You wrapped bread.
I started out at, you see, my dad died at 2.5 years old.
Oh, you barely knew him then.
I didn't. I don't remember him. It's all hearsay.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother and 2 sisters. The oldest one was 9.
Mm-hmm.
So that was before they had relief in that. And if they did, they'd call it poor farm. And
Yes.
we didn't exactly appreciate that. So.
Well, there is a thing of pride, family pride.
Well, not only that, we see my uncle and dad were carpenters together.
Mm-hmm.
And they built lots of houses. They'd build 3 and 4 at a time. They had quite a crew.
Your father and...
My uncle, when they were carpentering.
Okay.
Johnny Altenberg's dad was upstairs. He made cabinets, and Johnberg was too.
Mm-hmm.
And when we had Dave Anderson and Joe Anderson, they'd make downstairs, and they'd make the windows.
Yes. I've seen
the glass
ads.
wall.
I've seen ads for the Palmquist brothers, builders and contractors in
Some old magazines.
some magazines and
Yes.
books. I've seen those.
Yeah.
Who were other builders?
Well, they taught most of them. Now
They what?
they taught a lot of them. Then you had Rosines. I don't think
Rosines.
they worked for them. But Root worked for them, and a lot of the carpenters started up on their own afterwards, which was fine.
Yeah. I think there was a fourth one too. Oh, there was the Goodnows, weren't they?
Good homes.
Good Homes. Good Homes
Yeah.
were. So there were 4 builders: the Palmquist brothers, the Good Homes, the Rosines, and
the
Root.
Roots, yes, but a lot of them were with the Palmquist to start
At first, I
Yeah.
see. Okay, so the Palmquist brothers are very important in the
Oh, there's no question.
in the construction, I mean, in a lot of the building that went on in early.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. Well, we were talking about that you worked as a boy at a bakery wrapping bread. How much did you get a week? Do you remember?
Oh, I was overpaid.
Overpaid.
I'll tell you what, shortly after World War One, the woman come through, and they had a kind of a child labor law
Yeah.
trying to enforce. The law was 12 years old, and she came in there and says, "Young man, you're too young to work. You'll have to quit." We needed to work, but 3 days later, I started in Stockenberg's drugstore and worked there 11 years straight.
Okay. So you were forced out of working at the bakery as a boy,
But they just made the one trip, and that's all it amounted.
Would you get about $1 a day or something?
Look, if you got $1 a week.
Oh.
Well, I'll tell you what, when I started in a drugstore, you won't think it's the truth, but it's the God's truth. Like in the summertime, June and harvest time, June and July and that, I'd be up there in the morning at 7 o'clock. I'd sweep the thing. I'd scrub the tile floor. In those days, we packed the ice cream. There wasn't refrigerated ice cream. Wipe the showcases and that. Be ready at about 8 o'clock or so for business. All right. And in the summer, in June and July, we'd be in there from 7 in the morning till 1, 2 o'clock at night. Because it looked on the street, anybody cars out, yeah, there's a couple, or we'd say. It didn't amount to 10 cents an hour. I got $8 a week.
Yeah.
And that was, well, you had a dozen or more to take your job right away quick if you could.
Well, people needed work. About how many loaves of bread would you wrap a day?
Well, that was different. That was our Elof, and that's when I first started. I helped Elof and Jones.
Elof?
Harrelson and them.
Yes, it was run by Harrelson and Johnson.
Not when I worked there.
Oh, who ran it then?
Oh, Gibson.
Gibson. First, before the others?
Yeah. But they had a wonderful business, Johnson's, and then it was different.
Yeah.
We had everything.
When I first talked to you, you talked about 600 or 700 loaves a night, 1,400 on a Friday night.
Well, that was, yes, that was easy. And then you'd have buns and everything else. We even had a bread rock.
Did you deliver bread?
Yeah.
Where did you deliver bread?
First, I'd go to Mrs. Cooper up at the college, and then
Mrs. Cooper was the
she
head of the cafeteria?
No.
Oh.
And then to the college, and then from the college I'd go to Bridgeport in this area, and Sunnyside, and sometimes I'd go over to Hallville, but otherwise Smolin, Salinsburg, Fallen, and home.
Yeah, that was a long route.
We were busier in the Cranberry Merchant.
Did they have a brand name for their bread?
Carnation.
Carnation Bread.
Sold a lot of bread. And hams, I know they baked their own hams.
So it was a coffee house.
That too.
Place too.
But they wouldn't fry hamburgers. They were too greasy. They'd grease up the place. They never fried a hamburger.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's from McDonald's to find out.
So you couldn't call it a greasy joint then?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
There was a fellow by the name of Heath, sold Hudson, Essex, and Salina. Him and his wife had come down there every Sunday and eat ham and eggs. And there was salesmen that would come, it'd be 40 miles from there.
Really?
And they'd drive down there to eat. They'd made, like I said, they made their own, baked their own hams, and their solid peanuts and that. They had business running out of their ears.
So they were famous for their ham and eggs, as well as their coffee and rolls.
They made all kinds of things. It ain't one item.
And then, of course, besides the delivery, all of the grocery stores in Lindsborg handled their bread.
They handled it. There wasn't you couldn't buy an out-of-town loaf of bread in town.
That was before the days of the Rainbow
There
Company.
was 5 of them. I don't know if it was before the days.
5 grocery stores.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get to that. The coffee houses.
There've been too many.
I'm familiar, of course, with the Davis coffee, because I was around here when Davis had the coffee house, the coffee blending.
I trimmed windows for him.
But I understand there was another coffee place, right, on the west side, south of Lincoln at one time. Do you know about
Yeah,
that?
I sure do.
What was that?
Was Stanley Norland's dad, Oscar Norland. He had two brands of coffee. One was Early Bird and the other one was Stockholm.
Stockholm, and two brands of coffee. But then they went out of business before
Davis.
Davis, and
He
then
never
Davis.
did. He done most of his was at restaurants.
Davis was King Oscar.
He had a route, horse and buggy started. He was supposed to have been affected by TB, so he was out on the route and he got over it,
I see.
whatever it was. And
Yeah.
let's quit.
No, we have some more. Now,
Me. I'll have to gargle
what
here.
did you used to do for entertainment? Now
Tell me
look at
about it.
what we've got here. What is
Swimming.
this? What is it?
That
certainly
thing,
not
that was the best place I've ever swam. Just to,
really?
absolutely. I'd take that to a dozen of these others.
To these, what do they call it? These
Municipal pools.
municipal pools.
Well, this
with
was
the-
municipal too till
orange.
the last.
Uh-huh.
You see, they pump sand out of this continually.
They pump sand out of it to maintain the pool.
No, not only that, they haul the sand out.
Uh-huh. All the sand
They
out.
had those, still there, I think.
Can you explain about where it was located?
Down on Thompson's.
That would be directly
Straight
south.
south of on Main Street.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
But
by
it ain't the same anymore.
and on the south side of the river, or on the north side of the river.
West side.
Oh, there's a river makes a bend
On the other side, yeah.
on the west side of the river, on the bend of.
That was a well drilling tower. That's 32 feet high.
And they would.
I used to dive off that thing backwards. Stand
Really?
on this part.
So then, how deep would the water have been?
Well, where there was drilling, you couldn't touch bottom. It'd go, I mean, by a man.
Mm-hmm.
There was so much pressure and cold.
Yes.
It was around 40 feet deep. So that part you didn't. It wasn't always, and on the other side, the north side of this, you had a perfect beach. And a stairway going down and ramps.
Let's see. I don't know.
Here's the slides. We made that stuff. We made 2 bathhouses
Mm-hmm.
and a stairway down there. You could check out a suit there.
Mm-hmm.
And we made the slide.
Mm-hmm.
And there's running water on that.
Running water on the
Well,
slide?
yeah, you'd run it out there and make it slick.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd dry up.
Mm-hmm.
No, sir.
And this is a diving tower that you referred to earlier, right?
That's correct. That's across the river, across it. And that thing is about half an acre across. A lot of them, you can swim it out in here.
Mm-hmm.
You see, there's where they floated their pipes for the sand to go up in those hoppers.
Oh, this was the delivering sand to the hoppers?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had a boat, see,
Mm-hmm.
like a barge. I'll tell you a funny thing about this one. There's an old gent by the name of Eric Olson.
Mm-hmm.
He must have been 80 years old. He come down there, been an old seaman or something. He went down there and he seen the guys swimming. And he went and paid his dime or 20 cents for us to go swimming. He didn't have a suit, so he went in with his overalls. And I can still see him today. He walked on that ramp and run off of that and dove in there. And the people were looking, scared to death he's going to drown.
Yeah.
Thought he'd never come up. And pretty soon, putting her out in the middle, he'd come up. And he had a full beard. And it looked like a Russian thistle just floating out there. I never will forget that. No kidding. He was, and he used the old sailor stroke even.
Were there any other incidents that you can remember about? Let's see what. There's several pictures here.
Yeah.
That's a better picture of those slides, isn't it? This is the running water, and this is
That's the ramp, just walking
the
down.
ramp, yeah.
Here's your swing.
A swing.
Yeah, and dive off of that.
Oh, you could swing out into the...
And dive.
Right.
Yeah.
Who was responsible for developing all of this?
Well, a lot of them. Now, I ain't on developing it now, don't get me wrong. Myself and my brother and Bosco Lysell and Pearsons and just a lot of them worked every night. We built those houses, didn't pay for the furniture, the lumber or anything, but we built them for free.
So it was a community effort.
Partly.
Partly.
Mostly they had 4th of July celebrations on there. One time the whole...
What happened on the 4th of July celebrations? Besides swimming?
No, that didn't matter. Yeah, but that... and on Sundays, they'd come from Salina and McPherson. There was times there'd be 150 in the school at one time.
Really?
Yes, sir. And you remember Carl Rouse that was at Sweeney's
No.
shoe store? He said he'd come down, him and his brother, they'd work for their dad, shining shoes and stuff in the barber shop. They'd hitchhike down there and stay there 3 days at a time just to swim.
That must have been a wonderful place.
It's the best I've ever been in, and he'd tell you the same. He said when he was in the Army, he run into one around Florida. Now, this don't look good, we know that, but and the water was clear.
Yeah. Were there ever any drownings or accidents?
No, but there was one in the river by it.
Oh.
Carl Samuelson was his name. And I know it's above the dam when we swam there for Carl Thorstenberg drowned there. Because I remember as a kid I helped dive for him, but I was scared to death I'd find him, so I don't think I got my back wet.
But so far as this
again.
sand pit was concerned, there was never any drowning
Not a
there.
drowning, no, sir.
And were there any lifeguards responsible?
Sure, we had lifeguards on Sundays and stuff like that.
But was there any organization to take responsibility?
Well, I guess the city did
The
really
city.
in a way. But no, sir, I wouldn't. Now, that looks tough, this part.
Yes.
But I wouldn't have traded that for the best pool I've ever been in. I've been in a lot of them. I used to do a lot of swimming.
Do you have any other amusing stories about your swimming experiences?
We just one.
Let's hear that one story.
When we were down in the afternoon, one afternoon, skinny dipping.
Yeah. That was allowed?
No, it wasn't supposed to be, but
Okay.
I guess. But some girls come down, and they seemed to say we were in. They wasn't going to let us out. Finally, one guy got out somewhere, and he got it on his big tumbleweeds, or like they look like Christmas tree.
Yes.
He pulled one up and threw it on there, and a guy'd walk out behind it to get out to his clothes.
But then you also made a trip downtown once, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. No, he's really put me on the spot. We were swimming down there. We went up to Olson's Cafe in a Model T touring. We all had a necktie on, and that's all. We went up and stopped for curb service. Of course, it was at night.
Yes. Well,
Quentin tell you that?
yes, I've heard it from several sources.
That's where lies get started.
Lies? Is that a tall story of Lindsborg?
No, that was true, I'll
Okay.
admit.
Now, we said a while ago that we'd take a little tour of...
I didn't say it.
well, I said it, but I hope for your cooperation. Now, I've made a composite of pictures, but they don't fit together too well, so don't look for accuracy. But I thought you would ask you, see, this is the north end, and
P.D. Langerman.
that's where
That's where this picture was made. Grundle.
Yeah, that's a picture, incidentally, of
Grundle's.
of the what do you mean he took this picture?
Sure.
Yeah, he took this. This is of your wife's family.
Yeah. Part of it. And it says this is in 28th, 29th, 30th renditions of the Messiah. April 10th, 11th, and 13th, 15th, 1900. Additional copies of this picture may be had by addressing B.G. Grindle, and a program was on the back of it.
The Messiah program.
Yeah.
The Messiah program, okay. So that was the, it's the Langerman, well, there's another young chiropractor
Yeah, I don't
there, the
know.
Langerman.
I don't like to use those names in vain
Yeah.
as chiropractors. I'm not for that.
Okay, well, okay.
I had
The
too
next-
many years in drugstore.
The next building is now the
Woods.
Perry
Woods.
What businesses did you remember in there? In
The
that building?
first one that I remember was Gibson and Tudor Restaurant.
Gibson and Tudor Restaurant. And then did that eventually become?
Olson's Cafe and on
Olson's
through the
Cafe.
woods. Yeah.
And then I understood through Ellen Bachman that they had it for a while. When they first started in the ice cream business, they did make some ice cream.
Could have in the back.
Yeah. And then the next building is that the barber shop? There's two parts there. One is the barber shop, and one is where
North part had a bakery at one time.
the north part had a bakery.
There's an oven in the back there too.
Who ran that? Do you know? You remember?
Bob Burkholz.
Bob Burkholz had a bakery in the north part of that. That's where the Walkers have an art shop now.
That's correct.
And then the barber shop is next. Was there anything special in that place that you remember?
Lester Davis had that years ago.
Lester Davis.
He'd sell you a pound of candy for 7 cents. And boy, that big what's called.
Lester, but was it a, what besides selling?
He had a few groceries, and that's when he started out with his coffee and the route.
Oh, that was what he was first getting into the coffee business. The next one is Hanson's Clothing now.
Yeah,
Now, what earlier do you remember about that?
Swedish American.
Swedish American Insurance was started there.
That's where that big walk-in vault was.
Okay.
That's how they got it.
And then there was anything before the Swedish American?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't
Could have
remember?
been. Could have been a
Now,
brickyard.
the next place is the Anderson Insurance, isn't it?
Yeah, but at that time it was Gunnarson's Paint Shop.
Gunnarson's Paint Shop.
There you are.
Yeah, okay.
So you're getting smarter by the minute.
And also, wasn't G.N. Malm?
Well, he was in with him,
He
but
was-
he was behind with his studio.
I see.
But they were all together in paint deal.
And I understand they had a decorating, or they did
That's correct.
stencils, too.
Stencils. They made stencils.
And then there is this building that is now the kind of a, well, where they sell
Needles and
needles
stuff.
and thread and
Oh, it's a laundry.
a laundry.
Yeah, steam laundry.
Who ran
Remember
that?
Peck Johnson? Ever hear of a guy by the name of Peck Johnson?
Yes.
His mother on that. And I think her name was Mrs. Tom Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
They run that for years and years. That was a steam laundry.
Yeah. When I came back to Lindsborg in 1968, there was a woman in there who ran a
was her.
cleaning business.
Oh, yeah. That was Ms. Pitzer.
Yeah.
She's still living out here.
I see. Okay. And then there is that
I'm
little.
not going to give you any more information.
Oh, you're
so
very
damn
good.
smart,
You're very-
too. You can't stand it.
You're very good at this. Here is this little place that
Hamburger.
Silver Everhart used to be in.
Yeah,
Now it's a
Brownie's Lunch.
Brownie's Lunch.
Nickel hamburgers.
Nickel
and chili.
hamburgers in Chile. Who was Brownie?
He's out in Lake in Kansas right now.
Was his name Brown?
Brown.
Brown.
Called Brownie's Lunch.
I see. And then next to that is the Holmberg and Johnson blacksmith shop. Right.
Yeah, the only
Sits
thing
back.
I can say I remember that would be Lindblade and Johnson, but Holmberg was in it. I don't know too much about it.
Lindblade.
I own that thing.
Hmm?
The next one is in my name.
The next one is in your name. But now this is, I understand there used to be a lot, well, Lindblade was Rosalie Hershey is
That's correct.
a descendant of both Lindblade and
And Johnson.
And
Her
Johnson.
dad was Johnson.
then
Yeah,
Lindblade was what relation?
Yeah.
Lindblade was what relation?
Well, I wonder if her dad didn't marry Lindblade.
I see. Okay. Now you told me, I think there used to be a number of small frame buildings where the bank building is now, partly where the bank building is. What were some of the small frame buildings? Was there a grocery store at one time in there?
Well, that's after, not in the frame, that's when it comes to be brick. The one big Hanson had groceries in there. I mean, clothing.
Was there a Wilman's grocery?
Yep, that was it.
Was that a frame building?
No, that was brick. That wasn't those frame buildings. That was shoe shops and the shining parlor, and then another shoe shop.
It was a Peterson shoe shop.
That's one.
And the shining parlor.
Yeah.
Do you remember any who operated the shining parlor?
Yeah. Anybody that wanted to.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody.
There's not a lot of it. Toke Augustus is in it. Melvin Logren is in it. A lot of them. Kids.
Was Manny Anderson at one time?
His brother might have been, Arnie.
His brother. And but there was also a barber shop, wasn't there? A frame building barber shop there too. We haven't talked about a barber shop yet.
I know, we will maybe.
But was there one in that area?
Not to my knowledge. It was in the brick building.
Olson and Young barber shop was in a brick building.
That was half of, yeah.
That was later.
That is much later.
That was later. And then the shoe shop was a Peterson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then the shining parlor. Then another shoe shop by the name of Nordstrom.
Nordstrom shoe shop.
You tell him about if he was a cobbler. No, he says, I'm a shoemaker. He'd make a shoe from scratch.
Really?
Yes.
In Lindsborg?
And I'll tell you what I was saying. I was sitting
This was
at
Nordstrom.
home one Sunday listening to Messiah, listening to Methodist Church in Wichita. And it was around Christmas time, and this Nordstrom, the old man, used to sing in the Messiah. And it's a Wilkie, and I think he's the best minister I ever heard on anything. Just perfect. Well, anyways, they were singing the Messiah. The son had bought music for it or what, because his dad had sung the Messiah, and they made tapes. And you could all send in and get a tape for nothing. You'd send you a tape. But I didn't want that that way. So I wrote in and sent him $10 for a tape. I says I didn't feel like I wanted to. I says I grew up with the Messiah, and they'd sing one after another, and then he'd preach some more. And that was his son that dedicated that to his dad.
That's very interesting.
And there's all the locals see for me.
Now those buildings must have been rather small, because there was still
They were.
There was still space in here for an open air movie place or something.
Oh yes.
What was that called?
Oh, Air Dome.
The Air Dome.
Yeah.
So
Wooden benches. Kids used to lay across the street on top of the roof and watch the show.
But was there a fence here then
Sure, all around it.
And the projectionist was up high on a...
Yeah. And then you see, right about where this is at, there was a millinery store.
Oh.
And they'd sit on that too. But yeah, they had the projection of just like an outdoor, but then bleachers on the sides.
And the screen would be toward the east.
Yes,
Right.
by the alley.
Do you remember going to any films there?
Oh yes. I didn't miss many turns.
Most of them, I guess, were Western shoot-'em-ups. Huh?
Not necessarily. They weren't quite as mushy as they are now. Anyways, then here was that millinery store. Then that turned into be a restaurant for a while. Myrtle's Cafe.
Myrtle's.
And Gert Peterson them had it. That's when beer first come back legally. And, that was just a greasy spoon.
Okay. Then what was in this?
Chirpy's Grocery.
How do you spell that, Chirpy?
H-J-E-R-P-E.
And you pronounce it how?
Jerpy.
Jerpy. Jerpy's...
The P is silent like the H is silent like the P in swimming.
Now... Then where the Hanson Drugstore now is.
Yeah.
Well, there were two parts to this.
Yeah, there you are.
What was here, you said?
Groceries.
Groceries, and then
And
here?
Davis was there.
Davis was there.
And he was out here.
Yeah, and he moved.
Yeah.
And then you have the building that's the drugstore.
Stockenberg.
Drugstore.
I worked there 11 years for him.
Was there
I worked with Charlie Liskin, too.
Was there a Gustafson also involved in that drugstore?
Years ago.
Years ago.
He owned the building of that.
He owned the building.
That's Togelstad.
Okay.
Now, down in the basement of that building was the birthplace of branding fluid.
Of branding fluid.
That you brand cattle instead of have a hot iron. I helped him make
Do the
a
cattle
lot.
associations know this?
Yeah, well, I took my Stockenberg to Wichita in a Model A coupe and met Mr. Cobb from Franklin Company.
Oh.
When he bought the
When he bought the what
formula.
formula, was it patented?
Yeah, you can still buy it from Franklin Serum
The
Company.
birthplace of branding fluid for branding cattle.
There you are.
I've never read or heard about that.
Well, there's a lot of things you haven't heard, and I haven't told you.
Oh, that was in the basement. Okay, then what was next here? And this is the Sundstrom building, right? But there were a number of stores
They're
there.
all there.
Oh, before we get into that, I've heard references made to a colony house or a union house even before that building was built, apparently. Have you heard anything about that? They used to...
Well, you know, Methuselah never mentioned it to me.
Methuselah never mentioned it to you. But I can't find out where where a lot of the Methodist Church first held services, the Swedish Methodists first held services in what they called a union house or colony house. Or,
Wasn't in the Fair Building, was it?
no, it was. It's been described to me as being about in this location, but that's
That was
either.
all J.O. Sundstrom's.
Yeah. Oh, at one time, yes.
My grandpa would go in there and need some money. He'd borrow $10 from him, and you'd pay the interest first.
Yeah. But wasn't there a grocery store where the Viking Auto Parts now is?
Yes,
What was
C&H.
C&H Grocery. That stands for
Carlson and Hanson.
Carlson and Hanson Grocery Store.
And up here was the dentist.
Yeah.
There was Dr. Peelbaugh, the MD there, and the dentist here, and Dr.
Who was the dentist?
Beckman there.
Who was it?
Dr. H.G. Johnson.
And further down was who?
Peelbaugh here, the
Yeah.
MD.
Yeah.
And here was Doc Johnson, the dentist, and over here was Dr. Beckman.
Beckman, the physician. He was a country doctor. He would go out in the country to make general practitioner.
Not only that, he's a surgeon too.
Surgeon also.
He went from here to Prairie, Iowa.
Okay. Now, and then of course the Sundstrom department store.
Yeah. It was 17, they were big stores in their day.
They handled men's and women's clothing
And so did Johnson's.
and dry goods.
Yeah.
How about how many employees do you think that Sundstrom?
I had a book on that one time. It's 17, I think it was, in D. Johnson's, and 12 in J.O.'s, and I don't know how many in Mercantile. Well, we had 5 clothing stores. Now you have to make an appointment to buy a suit.
Yeah. Well, times have changed. Now,
Is that what it is?
now this is a crazy composite here. Don't make fun of it because it looks like
You have to laugh to look at it.
it looks like we go across a corner here. But,
Yeah, I think we are.
But again, we'll start at the north end. This north building where Hilding.
Bookstore. Building than building.
Incidentally, I need to credit Hilding Jadaberg with these black and white pictures
I know
that
it.
we saw a while
He was
ago.
I wanted to have him make them for me, but I never had gotten them. Kid was going to make them, and you know what that's like.
Yeah. Okay, so this was the, which is Hilding's store now, but at one time was the
Book concern.
Book Concern. The,
Called up.
the Bethany,
Flats up above. That was it.
the Bethany Book Concern.
Yeah.
Bethany College owned it, did they?
Well, some Philbrook and some of them were in on it.
I see. And then above there was a flat or an apartment.
Yeah, and back of it was a printing office.
I remember when Oscar Torsain lived above there.
Did I?
Right. Do you remember anyone who lived there before? Well, he was there a long time, I guess, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And then the next...
down below, there was a shoemaker years ago by the name of Lofgren.
Down below what?
The bookstore in the basement.
In the basement? A shoemaker by the name of Laughlin.
Lofgren.
Lofgren.
Not the professor.
Not in relation to Oscar Lofgren.
No, it could have been. You never know.
And the next building is the Gamble store now.
That was Home Muttonteal. Did you ever hear Charlie Johnson answer tell Home Muttonteal?
Charlie Johnson answered the
Home
phone.
Mercantile.
Home Muttonteal.
Home
Mercantile. So, well, who owned that?
It was a company, I guess.
A
There was a shoe store, men's clothing, groceries, and women's dry goods.
In that Home Mercantile company.
Yeah.
So
that's in all this white.
So that was a store somewhat of the nature of Sundstrom's and D.J. Johnson's, but a little less extensive, right?
There you are.
Okay. Now, I guess the next place, we can't, since they planted the trees, we can't...
Where Wayne Robinson was.
Yeah, that is now the tennis shop, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, what was that used in the old days? That you remember?
I think that's kind of like Herman Linden. That was part of the grocery store. Mercantile.
But it's
That's
a different...
all I ever recall.
It's a different building.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay,
The next one was the ladies' toggery.
And that's where...
Grover Soccer.
Goverack Soccer, the card shop and gift shop. And that was a ladies' what?
Toggery.
Toggery. What does that mean?
Clothing, I guess.
Clothing, boots and shoes?
Could be.
Who ran that? Do you
Henry Olson.
Henry Olson.
And his daughter now.
Okay, and then proceeding south, have we got to the theater yet?
That is the theater, the next one.
Well, we'll see. Yeah. The theater has been transformed into a kind of a mall or what do they call it?
Call it anything you want.
Yeah, okay. It used to be the...
Wonderland Theater.
At first it was the Wonderland Theater. Then they changed the
Plaza.
name. That was because it was taken over by Commonwealth Theaters.
What else do you want to know?
Okay, well, you know a great deal. I'm getting a real...
We wore one guy out, see that?
I'm getting a real education today. Okay. Then do we get to the, what is now the Swedish Crown? But
right before that, right south of the theater was Boots Bootery.
Boots Bootery.
Shoes.
That's where the village clothesline is now?
No, you're too far. It's right next to where the theater was.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then what was in this building here? Where the Swedish Crown is now?
Part of it, that was Thorstenberg's or Gustafson's clothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Runbeck's.
Runbeck's. Grocery? On the north was Gustafson's clothing, you say? On the north side?
Yeah.
And then Runbeck's grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, that'd have to be the variety store, the old variety store. This was all in the one store. Now, since you turned the corner, you kind of threw me off.
Yeah, this is a bad picture because it looks like we turned the corner, but that's the only way I could take the picture. I didn't take as many as I did on the other side, but next to, what is this here now? The next to the Swedish Crown.
Clothesline.
The clothesline. And what used to be there?
Well, it was a jeweler store at one time.
Is this what one of the good homes would have been involved in?
No. That's where the bakery is.
Oh, I see. Okay. Then we have Merle's Market now.
Sure do.
What was that before?
What we're going to do with it? Runbeck's.
I thought you said Runbeck's was up here.
No. This was variety store.
Uh-huh.
This was Gustafson's.
Uh-huh.
That's the variety store.
Mm-hmm. And then Runbeck's grocery?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have a building where the cable TV is now,
Used to be Royal Cafe,
the Royal Cafe.
and there's a barber shop next to it, and C.A. Burgery.
And there was also at one time where was there was a drugstore on that side,
Way down here,
way down here.
that white building.
Yeah, that was a drugstore. Berglund drugstore. And then, let's see, next to that is there a place called, where there's a card shop and flower shop now.
That's Berglund's.
That's Berglund's.
Yep.
Okay. And then on the corner where the dentist's office now is, the Swedish American moved there from, well, at one time it was
Hardware store.
in connection with
Lundstrom's.
Lundstrom's, yes, and the
And
Carlton
around
Hotel.
the bend, then it was seed store.
And then eventually the Swedish American went in there, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now
What are you trying to do? Now it's going to cost you. This overtime stuff is lays me cold.
well, I can we're at the sources. Now these pictures are further removed yet, but I guess there isn't so much to talk about on the South Main Street, south of Lincoln. But this is this is the what is now the city offices. But at one time it was
Farmer State Bank.
Farmer State Bank below, and
Was the drugstore in there years ago where the city was.
where the courtroom is, or
Yeah.
okay, a drugstore.
Yeah, but that I wouldn't even mention
Yeah.
it because it.
Here is
it's not
a
there.
this is a picture of
There's my sister.
the telephone office when it was upstairs here.
That's right.
Which one is your sister?
She's up in the Bethany home now.
And I
Yeah, and
see.
that was Johnny Swenson's wife, and there's Rhoda Fredrickson, her dad,
Mhm.
and that was an Alquist.
And Alquist. So the telephone was upstairs in that building. Okay, and then next to that, the Levines eventually.
Grocery store.
They had a frame building in
That's
here.
right.
That was part of their store,
Yeah.
and also the brick building.
Yeah, that was clothing or dry goods.
Mhm. Then there was a brick building. I guess it's owned by Brave and Carlson next to it.
Yeah, but Levine's owned it before that's where they moved to their grocery store afterwards.
I see. So they have this whole works here.
Yeah.
A frame building and then these two buildings.
Even before that, there was buildings where they sold just shacks where they sold fence and stuff.
Uh-huh. And does the Chevrolet company come next? The
Yeah.
Dumar Chevrolet? We can't see it very well here.
Yeah.
But I'm
It is.
told that there were blacksmith shops down here at one of the livery
That's
stables.
on the other side.
There was a livery stable down here too.
That's where the box factory sat. That was the garage was built. My uncle built that years ago.
Mhm.
All that was buildings, and some was mechanics and whatever.
Mhm. Your uncle built all this
For
down
that
here.
part, yeah.
Yeah. But there was a livery stable at one time here. Then at the farthest end, a gasoline station too.
Sure.
Yeah. You remember who
Standard Oil,
Standard Oil at the
still there.
at the end. Okay.
You can ask Mark.
Mhm.
Well, it's nice to see
Now
you.
we got still a little bit more on the
Oh.
west side of the street. I know you're getting tired, but this is very valuable information we're
I
getting
bet
now.
it is.
And we
If I have
also-
to serve time for this now.
But right here on the corner now, on the west side, see,
Yeah.
we don't.
That was Train Brothers.
Yeah, but before Train Brothers.
D. Johnson's.
D. Johnson. Okay. Now this is that a D. Johnson picture?
No, that's Runbeck's.
Oh, that's Runbeck's. So I should
There's
have.
Ridge.
Ridge who?
Ridge, no. Runbeck, he
There's no
was.
Runbeck.
He coached up
And there
there.
are some fellows that are in the shadow, but we
Bethany.
can't see those.
Well, there's Art. There's Scoop Elmberg.
Scoop Elmberg, and
You remember him? He used to chase
Yeah.
you all the time.
he was a policeman.
He used to chase you all over.
Yeah.
And Clarence Runbeck,
Mm-hmm.
Ridge Runbeck, Art Runbeck.
Oh, okay.
This guy said he wasn't going to die.
So this should have been used when we were talking on the upper
Use it wherever you want to.
upper block. Well, then what is the? This is what is.
D. Johnson's
So that used to be
dry goods.
Dry goods, and there used to be 2 stories here, right?
Yeah.
And one was removed when the
Yeah, I
one
guess
was
so.
removed.
At least it ain't there now.
Mm-hmm.
There's Dan Johnson. See, groceries is way back here, but you'll see that on that
So
picture.
the groceries were back. This was dry goods up
Yeah.
here. They also had men and women's clothing.
Oh, yes.
And the women's was men's were upstairs, were they, or women's upstairs?
No. Men's is here,
Uh-huh.
I think. No, that
I think I've heard that one of them was upstairs.
Well, they had that too.
Mm-hmm. But this is in the west end of it then, where they have the
You see
groceries.
that there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I used to see John Keel and Anderson and Leroy Johnson.
Leroy Johnson.
Yeah, you know his wife. Lynette.
Oh, Lynette. Well, he was the bakery.
In the grocery store as a kid.
He went into the bakery.
And going out and carry eggs down to my grandpa and grandma.
And then next to that was the hardware store, right?
Yeah,
And was that this building here?
yeah.
Okay.
Right north of it, yeah.
And who ran that? Do you remember?
J.M. Nelson,
Mm-hmm.
and these were flunkies. Well, that's his son, Reuben.
Oh.
He married Mrs. Was there
Hmm.
one of your soloists?
That Nelson here looks a little bit like the man who might have been driving that carriage
Could have been.
in front of.
T. Johnson,
This was C.N. or what was it? Nelson? What was it?
J.M. Nelson.
J.M. Nelson. Okay. All right. Now, was there anything else that you
That's
remember?
all she wrote.
All right. Anything else you remember about back down here? There were tire shops and things I've heard, weren't there? And garage, or not a garage, but
Yeah, C.B. Nelson was a Bethany printing office.
oh yeah, where the
Yeah.
news record is.
Yeah, and as they used to sell Hudson and Essex there before they got that building.
Oh,
Another one was C.B. Nelson Tire Shop.
C.B. Nelson Tire Shop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then, but then you get
And at a
down.
coffee house, who roasted coffee there at one time.
When I was in college, there, who was it that ran?
Teacup Inn.
A
Dobson.
coffee house?
With Dobson. With Candy Kitchen.
No, I don't.
He
remember.
made candy too.
Teacup what?
Teacup Inn.
Down in that area?
Yeah.
Oh, really? What was in the building where the superintendent of schools office is now?
There's a house of ill repute. No, I guess it wasn't. Carl Oxford
Yeah, that was kind of a
hardware store.
what, lumber?
Hardware.
Hardware store, yes.
Carl Oxford.
Yeah, Carl Lockstrom was there.
Yeah, they really unloaded that to the school
Yes,
district.
okay. And then I understand at the very end there was another gas station.
Yeah.
What was that? Red Star.
Yeah.
Red Star gas station.
Red Ball at one time.
Red Ball.
Red,
So you can see that I have been learning a few things about the...
Yeah, but you're a poor learner.
Well, I think you're getting a little impatient, and we have spent quite a bit of time, but this is very valuable, and we certainly do appreciate your...
Jail sentence, you know who's going to serve it, that ain't
taking
me.
time to... But we didn't get to... I think maybe to conclude, we just will... you have your grandfather's naturalization papers, do you?
I even have the one where he had to apply for it first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see, this is your J.A. Almquist. This was, where's your...
J.A. Palmquist.
Palmquist.
Let's get this straight.
Okay, well, I still haven't got that straight. The
You
Almquist
never will.
Almquist and Palmquist. Okay. Now, which one is your grandfather's papers? You have that, don't you? This one?
Yeah.
This is Andrew Palmquist.
Yeah. Almquist.
Almquist.
All you had to do to change names when you got married was add P.
Oh.
Palmquist to Palmquist.
Certificate of Final Naturalization. This was dated September 26, 1906, for Andrew Almquist.
And this before Palmquist was granted in the 25th.
1893.
Yeah.
J.A. Yeah. So he was naturalized before your grandfather.
Could have been.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe they were never caught up with him.
Well, Ted, thank you very, very much.
Sure. Wait till you get my bill. Well,
Okay.
I don't get by that easy.
Well, we will be waiting patiently for that. Okay, thank you very much for taking the time. It's been very, very interesting.
Yeah, especially my time is valuable. Those days I don't make
What's the
100.
red light for?
You know that?
What?
He cut it off. You wouldn't believe that, would you?